Hi, I'm Hailey Hermida, and you're watching Raw End Center.
So today we have Hailey Hermida with us, and we are super excited to bring to you much more information about her music, her journey, and who knows, maybe some fun facts too.
Of course.
For those of us who don't know your musical background, what's your artist name?
Hailey Hermida, and when I'm with my band, Hailey Hermida The Haze, just because I feel like they need a name. It's been like the same band like for years, so I'm like, I feel like they need a name. So.
And where did the Haze come from?
Funny enough, we were in the green room and then we're like, I think y'all need a name. They're like, yeah, I think we do. And then it was like we were playing around with a ton. And I think it was gonna be like Hailey Hermida and the Ponies at some point. I don't know, but it was weird. And then my drummer was like, oh, we should have the Italian Stallion because you're the composer. He plays piano. He's Italian and he's like the oldest. He's no longer in the band, but at the time it was like Hailey Hermida the Ponies featuring the Italian Stallion, and I was like, that's a little goofy. So then I was like, what about the Haze? Because I was thinking something with an H. So Hailey Hermida The Haze came from there. Yeah.
That rolls off the tongue.
Thank you. Yeah.
And what inspired you to make like your music?
Well, honestly, I was writing when I was 13, when the pandemic first started, just because everything was so confusing at the time. I'm very extroverted, I think. So like when everybody was at home and like a ton of stuff was going on, just like in the news and stuff, I kind of wrote to kind of understand what was going on around me. And then later on I was like, oh wait, these could be lyrics, low key. So then I started making it like a song, and then now I write music with my producer, Riley Urich, and my co-songwriter, Sparrow. And yeah, we make music. I go to the studio once a week. And yeah, that's kind of what inspired me to start.
And how would you describe your sound?
I think my sound is very defiant and angsty, I think. That's how I see it. And it's very inspired by like Paramore. Now I think we're leaning more into like Korn, Slipknot type of beats. But yeah, I think at first it was very Paramore inspired, yeah.
How long does the process take for you to understand what you kind of want the audience to feel and kind of understand you?
Well, I guess each studio session is like 4 hours. Okay. So when we're in the studio, my producer will like get a guitar loop, and then he'll be like, oh, do you like this, or do you like this, or do you like... I'm like, I like that one. Like, okay. And then he starts working on it. He's like, what if we had this? So I think all in all it takes like 4 hours to get the beat. My co-songwriter goes in, she sings the melodies, and then we pick out the melodies, and then from there I start writing to them, and then we cut the demo. So all in all I think it's like 4 hours. Yeah.
How did you get to the point of transitioning into just writing these things that could be lyrics into like, hey, you know what, let me make this into music and produce it?
Yeah, I think my my friend, he was producing, he was learning how to produce, and then I'd go to his house and we're like, oh, let's try and make a song. We're like, okay. And then I was like, oh wait, we could actually make music, because in my head it was like, oh, those are for like people with like labels and stuff, like I can't do that. And then I was like, oh wait, maybe I can. And then at first I was like, can I even write a song? You know, there's a lot of self-doubt that goes into it. But I think I was very much inspired by like Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift and these people, because they're always, you know, writing music. And I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. So then my mom found Riley on, I forgot what it was called, the website. I forgot the name of it, but she found him on a website, and then he was like, oh, we should try it. And then I was like, okay. And then from there on, I started building that muscle of like writing music.
And you've obviously performed a lot of venues. Mm-hmm. What has been your most memorable venue that you've actually been like, wow, I actually want to do this as a career?
Yeah. Well, I think the first show that I did when I was 15, 2 years ago, that was at the Mint. And I was just so shocked, because I was like, can I perform. It's like that sounds so crazy. Yeah, I think the Mint was a big one, and the Troubadour. The first time I performed at the Troubadour, which was last year in March. But yeah, those were big memorable moments because it's like, you know, you start out and you're like, what? The Mint? What? And then it was like the Troubadour. What? Are you kidding me? Led Zeppelin performed here. What are you talking about?
Was it kind of scary to kind of like be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be on stage?
I think at first, yeah, I was like, what do I do? Like, what am I gonna do? But I'm very corny. When I was 15, I'd practice in front of like my mirror and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And I'd just listen with my AirPods and like do the movements. And then from there on, I was like, maybe I can do this stuff on a stage. And that's when I discovered that on the Mint.
Comparing to the fact that you started a little bit ago to now, what would you say has been the biggest takeaway from this new musical journey that you've embarked on?
The biggest takeaway as far as like writing or performing?
Like either or, like the biggest like lesson or the biggest attribute of this journey that is like stuck with you and you're like, I can apply this to like all of life now.
I think maybe trusting yourself is a big one. Trusting that the practice is enough. When you practice, sometimes you're like, is this going to be enough for this or whatever? Just trusting yourself and leaning into that, because I feel like sometimes we don't do that in anything, you know? Like I just learned how to drive, or I got my license like in October. I was like, am I going to be able to drive by myself? And then sure enough, I was like, now I drive all the way to like Long Beach, Huntington Beach, like all these places, and I'm completely fine, which is crazy. But yeah, just trusting yourself is a big one.
What has been like your biggest takeaway from it?
I think as far as like the struggles that come with it, I think the biggest struggle has been promotional stuff. And I think it's just like trying to figure out how to keep the artistry without making myself seem too like shoving it down people's throats. Like, listen to my music, stream my song, stream my song, stream my song. So I think biggest takeaway would be being natural in how I am and just letting the music speak for itself, I guess.
Do you have some sort of like method of inspiration that you go to, some sort of muse per se that you go to in writing your music?
I think at first it was Queen when I was like 10. I was like, oh my God, I love Queen. Queen and Motley Crue was a big one. But I think now it's Paramore for vocals and Korn lately for like bass lines. We actually, I know you said you play bass. We started doing like, we have this song, I think it's already gonna be out when this is out, but it's called Stray Jacket. And it starts off with like a bass line. And so now we've been writing more bass line centered like music.
Are you into bass? Like, are you trying to start learning?
I want to learn. I do want to learn. I think I know that one. My bassist, she taught it to me. She was like, "It's kind of easy. I think you can do it." And then she taught it. I was like, "Oh my God, this is so fun!" But I do want to have a bass, Dad. I want to get a bass. Just letting you know.
Regarding, you know, the fact that you want to learn to play bass, do you play any other instruments? Are there any? What other instruments do you play?
I learned piano when I was, I think, 10 or 11, and it was because my music teacher like was pushing me to. I've been with him for years. He was like, I think this would really help you because you could write music. And I was like, why would I write music? I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And then I taught myself guitar just by like YouTube and stuff. That's the cool thing. You can learn everything on YouTube now.
Behind all that, like obviously you have a family that supports you. And has that been the biggest thing that's kind of been motivating you to do everything that you like dream of doing?
Yeah, 100%. I think it also pushes me because sometimes I'm like, I get tired of like, oh, I don't want to do this or I don't want to do that or whatever. And then my mom's like, you should do this. You should. And my mom's very, she believes in me a lot. I'm very grateful for her. But yeah, I think my family for sure, if it wasn't for them, I definitely wouldn't be here. 100%. I would not be here.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And when you make it, because we know you will, what would be it to like yourself be like, oh my gosh, I did it?
I think performing at the Forum would be a big one. Yeah, because when I first started making my music with my friend, I was like 15 and I was seeing Billie Eilish. And then I did something, it was so corny. It was so annoying. I closed my eyes, like she finished a song, right? And I was like, oh my God, that's awesome. I closed my eyes and I heard the crowd and I was like, oh my God, this would be awesome if I was there and I just heard this. This would be crazy. And it just felt surreal and I got goosebumps. I was like, this is so cool. But yeah, I think the Forum would be like a moment where I'm like, oh my God, I did it for sure. Yeah.
And kind of leaning into that, at the end of the day, whether you're writing, you're creating, or you're performing, what emotions do you hope to evoke from your audience after they've listened to you?
I think most of my songs that are out are very defiant based. So I think I want people to feel understood, and I want them to be able to feel whatever emotion they're feeling. If you listen to Straight Jacket and you feel upset, feel upset. You'll feel your most upset, like feel every ugly emotion that you may feel, because that's how we are as humans, That's how, I think emotions are meant to be felt, like in their like truest form. So I don't know. I feel very like maybe defiant would be a big one. That's like where a lot of my songs are written from.
When it's all said and done, when you're done performing and everything like that, and you know that you've given it all on the stage, what do you want the audience to receive when you're done performing? How do you want them to remember you and your music?
I want them to remember it as like as soon as I get off the stage, feel energized, feel like they got everything out that they needed to get out. If they felt anything, if they felt sadness, anger, happiness, whatever, they let it out and they feel great. And I think I want my music to be remembered as honest. I think is a big one. Very honest. I feel like I'm very honest in my writing and how even just like the bass lines and the guitar, everything is supposed to be. It's written to be felt like how the song is written with words. So I think, yeah, I think that's what it is, honest.
And for the people that are fans of your music, do you have like a name or something of that nature for them?
I think my mom was playing with like Hurricane or something. She was like, "Oh, what if you call him the Hurricane Haze?" I was like, "Okay, I don't have a name yet, but I feel like something like that would be cool, maybe."
How impactful has social media been in regard to like sharing your music across audiences?
It's the big one. Social media is like the reason why it's where it is right now at all. My family, they have a TikTok account. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but yeah, I think they have like over 700,000 followers, and we did that before I even started doing the music. And then they were like, "Oh, we can like spread the word here." I was like, "Okay, try it," and then it worked, and I was like, "Oh, okay, awesome." So now we have some of my fans come from there, and I think it's really cool how that turned into this. And it's interesting how social media works. You can like reach anyone on social media. That's the crazy thing.
Leading in from that social media aspect, was it already natural to be already in front of a camera to then being on stage?
I think it was kind of seamless for me, honestly. Always like I loved being in front of the camera as a kid. Even when I was like 5, like my sister would like bring up the camera and I'd go, cheese, cheese. So yeah, I think it was so natural for me, and that's why it felt easy almost. Not easy, but like at first obviously you feel scared going on stage, but I think yeah, it was seamless for me personally.
I heard your dad whisper off to the side about an acting background.
I'm an actress. I've been acting since I was 5, I think. So yeah. Yeah, it started off in I did it in Texas, and then my agent was like, "Oh, y'all should go to LA," and that's actually why we moved here in the first place.
I love that, the fact that this was said and they believed in you so much that they're like, you know what, let's get up and go.
I know, it's crazy when you think about it, because like if a 7-year-old was like, "Mommy, I want to do acting. Let's go to LA." Like what? I'm like, why did you do it? Like it's just so random. Like why would you do that? But I'm really grateful that she did, because I mean I wouldn't have had any of the opportunities that I do have now if it wasn't for that.
For the LA music scene, how has that shaped your sound?
Yeah, I think so much. I love going to like punk shows and stuff like that. It's just I feel like that's how I feel the music the most. If it's like rock or punk, I don't know why. If it's live, I feel it more in my soul. But yeah, I think like it for sure has. My drummer, he knows so many people in the underground scene, so like he's like, "Oh, you should go to this show, you should go to this show," and I go and I'm like, "This is crazy, this is so insane." And that's how I got inspired to even do like rock music in the first place when I was like 15, because I was like, "Oh my god, these shows are awesome." But yeah, I think it's shaped me a lot.
We obviously know that you're like moving out and about and doing everything like that. What is your next project? What is your next thing that you're going to be doing?
I'm trying to release more singles. I've made over 60 songs already. Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out like I want to release an album at some point, but I do want the audience that would be willing to listen to what I have to say. But I think right now, just releasing singles consistently. But yeah, I think I have Straight Jacket, what's going to be out probably when this comes out. But yeah, and then I have another one coming up after that. But yeah.
And where can they find you, like your music and all that stuff? Where can they contact you if they want to go see you or anything like that?
I'm everywhere. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or yes, X, TikTok, Facebook, yeah, everything, YouTube. So anywhere on there, it's Hailey Hermida everywhere on all socials. And then same thing for streaming platforms. So Spotify, Apple, everything, yeah. You can check out all my shows, new music, anything on my Linktree that will be located in the bio in Instagram, on my Instagram, yeah. Okay, so apparently, I just found this out. If you subscribe to my email newsletter, you will be in a secret website that I will post fun little, BTS things from like shows or new music. So you should do that possibly if you want to. I mean, it's gonna be fun.
And I'm just gonna plug in a personal little side note because I loved the Sad Boy.
Sad Boy, yeah.
And just the music video, your mom messaged me like, oh, there's going to be a music video. I'm like, dude, yes.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm excited. And now listening to where your sound is taking you. Yeah. And then the title like Straight Jacket. Yeah. I'm just, I'm stoked.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
But yeah, thank you so much for your time. We greatly appreciate it.
Love it.
And
quickly, I mean, she's gonna be playing tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm playing tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh my God, we're gonna be able to see you live, which is crazy.
I'm so excited. We have a lot of fun songs planned. I'm gonna be playing guitar for one of them.
No way, really?
Yeah,
what song? What song is it?
It's the Paramore. It's a Paramore song. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I'm excited.
What are you excited the most for tomorrow? Like
the last song. It's a cover. It's so good. The cover, and I think my new one, it's called Good. It's an unreleased one. It's just called Good right now. I'm not sure if we're gonna change the title, but yeah, I'm excited for both those the most.
And it just reminds me because your dad was humming like
yeah.
that list a little bit. And I come like I even got some of the music and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a good song. So I'm really excited.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure.
I'm excited for you guys to see the show.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We greatly appreciate it. And guys, I hope that you can now see where Hailey Hermida is going, where their music is at. And we'll be showing you guys some of the clips up in there as well.
Yeah, it's going to be great, guys. Stay tuned.
Hi! Oh my gosh! Oh my freaking goodness! Hailey, how do you feel after that electric performance?
Oh my God, I feel great. I'm very sweaty, so I feel gross, but other than that, I feel great.
What was your favorite part about this tonight's show?
I'm very creepy. I like looking at people. So I like staring at people while I'm singing. I'm like, so that's definitely my favorite part. I think my favorite song that I did though was probably Bad Romance.
Oh my God.
That cover, it's so fun. And then Straight Jacket, which is going to be out July 22nd. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, Straight Jacket and Good.
Yeah.
How did you feel performing unreleased tracks for people out here?
It's so fun. I love performing unreleased songs. They're honestly some of my favorite that I've made. Every time I make a song I release, I'm like, wait, this unreleased one is my new favorite. It's so bad. But yeah, I love it. It's so fun.
You're so magnetic there.
Thank you.
How do you stay in your zone?
I don't know, honestly. I feel like I just focus on having fun, and then I let the rest play out. My mom always says that, just have fun. That's the only thing that matters.
Oh my gosh. And when we talked in the previous interview, you said that you were headed towards like a more Paramore, more even Korn you described, direction. Tonight we heard that for the first time. You were kidding about that bass line.
Yeah, I know, I love it. Madeline goes crazy on Straight Jacket. The intro, it's just her. So yeah, I love the main bass line that she plays.
You were so expressive. You had me glued to the screen
Really?
that I wanted to just drop the camera and just dive right in.
I
So
appreciate that.
I absolutely love it. And if you could name, how would I say this? If you could name your favorite exact moment for tonight, what was that moment that felt almost spiritual?
I like doing choreography. So I think when I did the choreography for Bad Romance and I went down and I came back up, that feels really cool to do. So that, and then when I turned to Liam for a Straight Jacket, he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and I turn to him and he's going crazy, and then I go back into it. So those two are my favorite.
Oh my gosh! And your band, you guys are all in sync.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
That is amazing. Now, for the choreography, do you record that ahead of time? Do you practice it? Is it just in the moment?
Last rehearsal, I said, you guys, it was the last 2 minutes, and I was like, we should go down when we're live. They're like, okay, and that was it. We didn't even practice it, so yeah.
So that was basically impromptu.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Oh my legs could never. So we're so excited. We hope that this is the first of many shows that we are to see of yours. And do you have one last thing to say to your audience out there who hasn't seen you in person? What do you tell them to get out here?
You guys, come out here. It's so lit. The energy is so fun. I feel like the energy cycles throughout the whole room. So if you want to come out and have a fun time, come out to one of my shows.
That was Hailey Hermida. We gave you guys an exclusive post-show interview. Hit that like and subscribe, and as always, keep it raw. Oh my God. Dude, you were like this.
Thank you so much.